Amanda here from Create Your Future. Guys, we have a new coach joining us, Linda. Hey, Linda.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to have you on the team, guys. Linda's amazing. She's got a background in therapy, behavioral therapy, as well as neurolinguistic programming. So totally excited to have her join the team. She knows her stuff. She loves talking about law of assumption, and she's got lots of experience helping and coaching people already. So we're really excited. So we're actually going to have a video today. We're going to talk about which techniques manifest the fastest, okay? Just before we do, to let you know, guys, Linda is having a sale, of course. And if you like free stuff like I do, we do have a free course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. You know what? It's going to help you build your mental diet and learn things like questioning as a block. Now, I'm not talking about questioning what a, SATS is or how to do a technique or what a mental diet is. I'm talking about questioning your actual desire and questioning maybe what your SP is thinking or why they're not with you. Questioning, there's just no room for questioning when you're trying to manifest something and stay on a clean diet, because, all your thoughts need to be from the end that you already have something. So, if you're manifesting your SP and let's say you're already with him, would you be questioning why he doesn't want to be with you if you're already married? Absolutely not. So you got to stop doing it now, right? So yes, let's dive into this, Linda. So what do you think when it comes to which techniques will manifest the fastest?
Well, there's so many techniques. There's so many gimmicky techniques, good techniques, new techniques, old techniques. I think everybody needs to find the technique that resonates with them best. And if you believe for it to be true and you assume that it's going to work for you, then it's going to work for you. Some people feel more comfortable with affirming. For me, I like affirming because it just is my new thoughts. The same way I thought negative thoughts, for me, affirming makes sense for me. I assume for it to be true. It works for me. That's my belief, so it will work for me. And, everybody has their own preference and different techniques that resonate for them. So if you really believe that it's going to work and you have faith and persist in that technique, it's going to work for you as well.
Exactly. And one thing though, I will say, regardless of what technique that you do, you have to do a mental diet.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I feel the techniques are just the tools that we're going to use to keep us on track, to keep us in the favorable story. Some people like a routine or like a technique, because if not, you have the monkey chatter on autopilot with the old story kind of playing in the subconscious mind, and you're not even noticing that it's happening. And you're doing all these techniques and you look and you're like, well, where's my manifestation? I've been doing this for 3 days. I've been doing this for a month. It's still not here. Because what are your thoughts the rest of the day? The techniques are amazing. Those are the tools to help you stay in that state, to keep that mental diet clean and, have the more positive story and positive assumptions dominant, for sure. It's got a place, but it's essentially, what are you thinking the rest of the day? What's the mental diet, when you're not doing your techniques?
Well, this is it exactly, and, you're the power, you're the power behind it. It's not the technique that's manifested, it's you. And the fact that you're spending some time doing this technique, but what you're doing is you're actually focusing on what you want. So if you're visualizing, you're actually visualizing what you want. It's not the act of visualizing, it's what you're visualizing on. If you're like, a lot of people like to do courses, they like to get a pen and paper and write, while you're doing that course, that's helping you to create your new story and manifest your specific person. Then it's not the course, it's not the pen and paper, it's your focus on, what you want to create. It's your energy flowing to what you're manifesting, to writing those intentions about your SP, everything you write and think, it's a wish to the universe, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the time that you're spending doing that technique is time that you're not spending thinking the unfavorable story. Your mind is focused on that. Then it changes your mood. You feel good. And then you can, live as if and act as if and have the rest of your day as if you have that desire, because you've already kind of gotten yourself into that mood. So, yeah. Listen, we have 10 minutes. We could spend 10 minutes thinking an unfavorable story, because we do that on autopilot, inner conversations, driving to work, and you're, replaying that argument or that fight or what you would have said next time. Instead of doing that, let's spend the 10 minutes on, the technique to kind of regroup, interrupt those thoughts, and bring us back to where we want to be.
Exactly. So pick something that works for you, if and you don't need to be able to, like, the most common question is, I can't visualize, can I still manifest? Absolutely. I don't sit down and visualize something. Like, that's the most like most awkward thing that I could do. I mean, right now, every thought that you have, your subconscious mind will create a picture. If I say, don't think of a blue duck, you just thought of a blue duck, maybe it was purple, but you created an image in your subconscious mind because your subconscious mind only sees in pictures and it doesn't hear any negatives. I said, don't think of a blue duck, you thought of a duck. Doesn't matter what color. Okay. So make sure that, you know, your thoughts are positive towards what you want. Of course, you know what? We're really good at knowing what we don't want.
That's easy.
I don't want this. I don't want that. Great. Well, what do you actually want? Right. And that's where the techniques, not only like Linda said, is stopping the monkey chatter. You're focusing positively on what you want and starting to create what that future looks like. Right.
Exactly. And that's basically what this is. There's no magic technique. There's no magic spell. There's no woo. It's literally whatever works for you to keep those thoughts in the favorable story dominantly, and you'll see it reflect in the 3D. That's like literally it.
Exactly. And if you want it to happen faster, you know what you say? I intend it happens quickly. I intend it happens now. I intend that whatever I want, I get as soon as I want it. Like everything manifests quickly for me. Right.
And I like to, you know, I pretend it already happened. I'm so grateful that I already have this house that I wanted. I'm so grateful that this is like my 5th year anniversary at this job. And I kind of get in that mode that it's already happened. Like I don't want it or need it because I got it. It's already here. I've experienced it. And that kind of helps me too. Again, that's a technique for me that I assume to be true. And I assume for it to work for me. I intend that that's going to work for me and it will.
Exactly. Absolutely. You know, and so what it comes down to, you're the power. You decide how quickly or how slow something comes, you know, and you know, and you put the energy. I can tell you, I've noticed that when I have things that I have resistance to, the more energy I put to it, the quicker it actually ends up happening because I'm working through all of that resistance. That resistance is in that, you know, that resistance and like, you know, blocks that you feel that's exciting because when you make a declaration and say, look, I want this, all of a sudden your brain's like, okay, guess what? You had this thought, this belief, that thought, you need to deal with those. And that's what resistance is. And, you know, when it comes up with someone maybe not helping you or someone, you know, saying, I don't want a relationship with you. And all that is meant to say, well, look at you have that belief. You need to change that. How do you change it? Well, you just go, you know what? I know my thoughts great. And I intend that they're ready for a relationship over their baggage, you know, because I'm good enough.
Exactly. And I find that sometimes people are in a technique, they're doing their routine. And once they start to see movement, they're a little bit happier, they're excited. Maybe they slack on that technique that they were doing before. And I usually say, when you see movement, that's when we go harder, because that's when all those old stories are going to be like, no. We don't like this feeling. We like the familiar, you know, it was more familiar to think the old story, you know, the unfavorable story was more familiar. And that's when I feel you have to like really be on top of it and challenge it more until it hardens into fact and it's done. It's done. I mean, it's already done. We already know it's already done, but in your 3D and shows up for you.
Exactly. So I intend that this video has helped everybody, that someone's got something for it. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on today, Linda.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited. To be part of this team.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the team. And guys, I intend that everybody gets some great movement today after watching this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.